Hey, it works. Look at that, right on time, right when the bell went off. Howdy, folks. Buck here. What day is today? Saturday. All right. I'm going to start writing it down on my notepad. Saturday, Buck. Uh-oh. You didn't get the chat up there, Buck. Do that. All right. That looks good. Welcome. Welcome to the bait shop. A couple of weeks back, we did a Micah special fishing with Buck on a Sunday, and he wanted to run around, hit a bunch of places. One of the places he wanted to go to was Kaniq Creek, so we went over there. But we didn't spend enough time, really, for Kaniq Creek, in my opinion. So I thought, because I like to fish for the salmon over there. It's a lot of fun, especially if you bring the right tackle. So today we're going to talk about that. Hey, Buck, we got no audio again? Oh no, we do. Thank goodness. I was about to just. That's it. It's over. I'm jumping off my roof. Unfortunately, I just fall into a pile of work that I have to do. So I didn't even get hurt. I think my work is piled up as high as the gutters. Well, hi, Jules. We're going up to Alaska, Jules, tonight. We're gonna fish for some salmon. We're gonna fish for, cause I got a bull trout in there, so we're gonna fish for him too. And what else was in there that's not really a salmon? Oh, the Dolly Varden, which is a char. But anyway, we're going up to that. But they threw this new mission up with the fry collections in the collecting part of the missions. It's a fry fish, and one of the fish that I need to get to do this mission, I guess it came up when the Dnipro River came up. That one got by me. I got most of them on there already, but we need a trophy Alaskan blackfish. So I thought, well, maybe we'll start the show off at 8, zip over to the blackfish hole, fish for a couple of minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, see if we can grab up a quick trophy. I can get that one knocked off the list. Otherwise, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I'll be still there for a couple of days to make my money. I'm sure I won't make everything I need to make in tonight's stream, especially because we'll be fast forwarding more than likely. All right, so we're going over to Kaniq Creek. We're after the salmon and the trout. So we're chasing bull trout. We're chasing the snook. We're chasing chum. We're chasing the pink, the coho, sockeye. A lot of salmon in this. This is a great waterway to fish. Actually, I like it. It's no boats. I mean, it would be nice to kind of. I mean, you couldn't drift too far if you get down there in the south. That's for sure. It's pretty shallow over there, down in there. But there are some parts that would be kind of nice to float around in a kayak and fish. I mean, it's so open there with all those flats. That would be the perfect. I mean, what better way to fly fish for these guys at Kaniq Creek? I would love that. Little fly fishing gear on Kaniq Creek. Yep, that would be a lot of fun. I think Fishing Planet devs, hint, hint, little fly fishing. Oh, what do you got going on over there, Buck? Boy, good thing you didn't hit the wrong button and that pop up. All right. So Kaniq Creek, level 38, going to cost you 18 grand, travel and license to get out there. They got 10 species of fish there. Not a whole lot of fish. Pretty much everything we're going after, other than they have a longnose sucker, I think, in there, besides the blackfish. What else is in there? I don't know, Buck. We'll find out when we get over there. Yeah, I'll see you in there. So we're chasing these guys. Do you have them up there, Buck? Yeah, they're floating. And I got everything up too, so I didn't have to mess with any of them buttons. I must not have programmed that. Must have been Wheezy Mouse in here. So let's talk a little bit about these guys. That Alaskan Blackfish, if you're going after the trophy, it's now they want you to hunt him with number 6 hooks and mayflies, which I'm not going to argue that point, but I'm going probably. I think I'm loaded up with a number 4 hook and crickets, so we'll see how that goes. Now this guy, he gets to be like 0.3 grams, 0.6 pounds. He's under a pound, but that was the monster fish here too. I never could figure that one out. That must have been just a joke. So let's start with the trout then. See what we're going to do with these trout. Bull trouts. Okay, 4/0. Why not the 4/0 hook for those guys? All right. If you're going after the uni, bond sack with a 4/0, or it's. I guess a lot of guys out here that fish this waterway that report catches, they use that single spoon a lot because there's a lot of catches. Everybody's yeah-hawing about the green and black single spoon, the 1 ounce. That's a hot one up there. I got that one flipping up on the thing there, and also the black and pink one. The black and pink one is the 1.5 ounces. Now that one there is the 42-gram 4/0. So they're catching all this stuff on nothing but 4/0. And all these guys, every one of these fish, the Chum, Coho, the Dolly, it don't matter. If you want to fish for them, these unis is shiners in a 4/0 hook. I mean, you can't go wrong. That's your best shot at them, in my opinion. That's what these guys are. The numbers are showing that, at least. So, but as far as the lures go, I love a medium spoon on this waterway. Is very productive. The bullet spinner, but you get that bucktail tailor on there, the rooster tail. You know that I use the one, the bay. I'll show you when I get over there. But I use that bullet spinner that's the turquoise, and it's got the little tiny red feathers on the tail, and I just beef it up with a trailer feather, get it a little beefier. That produces very well. But I'm loaded up with these. I'm going to try these silver, the 2 that they say catch the most fish, that everybody's catching the fish on. I particularly don't fish much with a single spoon. I have on occasion if one of these missions required it, but it's not one that I throw on my weapon just out of, I like fishing with a silver spoon. I get a lot. It's not, but we're going to use them up here tonight and see how they produce against the medium spoons and the bullet spinners. I don't know. We'll try that out. But yeah, all these fish, the Chum, again, shiner on 4/0 for that. Now, these bull shark, the bull trout, we're looking at a 10-kilo fish there, 22 pound. The Chinook, he's the big guy, 35 kilos, that's 77 pounds. That's, you want to have the right gear. And this is a level 38 waterway, so this is a tough waterway when you're first coming up through. You're level 38, you want to come over here and you latch onto one of these unis. That's a lot of fun, isn't it now? So that's Chinook, 35 kilos, like I said, 75 pounds. Get some of my tea here. What else we got? The Chum. The Chum is next. Now, he's a little smaller. You're looking at 18 kilos, 39.7, so just under 40 pounds for him. The Coho, 14 kilo. That's just under 40. I think I just talked about that one. You should be marking these off, Buck. Now, the Dolly. That's a 10 kilo, 22 pounder. The pink, 6'3", 13.9. So he's under 15 pounds. And of course, the Sockeye, we got 8 kilos there, 17.6 pounds. I'm looking in the record books there. The biggest bull we got in there is 21 pounders. The Chinook is at 76.8. The Chum is 38.8. Our Coho, 30.8. And this, of course, is on the Windows Xbox platform. The pink is sitting at, what's right now, number 1 spot, 13.7 pounds. and that sockeye is at 17.5 pounds. So that's kind of what we're going at. We're mostly everything's 30 pound and under, right in that 20 to 30 pound range. 20 to 40, I should say. I'm sorry, 20 to 40, except for the snook. If we get into one of them unis, which I'm hoping we do, then we're up into the 60s and 70s. That hopefully we'll be able to grab a couple of them up tonight on something as far as live baits go. Now they use shiners at all, dragonflies, spawn sack, shrimp work, and of course small minnows. So not just the shiners. Everybody fishes with shiners. I understand that, but depending on you got to read your weather, see what's happening, what they're biting on. Switch if you're throwing shiners and you're not getting bites, don't get bullheaded and just keep trying. Oh, it's got to be the spotter. It's got to be this or that. Change your bait up. Go to something else. We'll see how that works tonight. Weapons. I guess it's time we could go over there and talk about weapons, and then we can get that out of the way pretty quick. That'll work. That way talking about the weapons, I can drink my tea while we talk. All right, Buck, let's put this on inventory. Oh, yeah, you're clicking on the wrong stuff. There we go. Inventory. All right, we'll start we'll start at the heavy ones. We'll start heavy and work our way up. That looks pretty good. All right. Laconzi. There we are. There's my mouse. All right, the Laconzi 10-2. It's a 68.3. I mean, that's perfect. Even if I get on that 70-pounder, he ain't going to be bad at all. So I brought a bottom rod. Right now I got a 4/0 with a shiner on that bottom rod. I brought like mainly four poles to throw down in the rod stand, and a couple of spinning rods to run some lures with. So the next one in line, I wanted to stay pretty close to that level of waterway with that level of gear. And so we've got this one here's I think this is a little higher level, though, the heavy chaser and the Laconzis, the bottom rods are. But a 56-pounder, again, that's good for every fish on there. That'll even handle the big guy. So we're good. We're good there. I brought a Majesty. Now this heavy chaser, if you notice, I'm running an Empress 7000 on there. 55.5, folks. Again, there's buck setups here. So we're running 55.5 on the engine. I'm running 53 string on this one, and I'm running 53 fluorocarbon on this guy here. I believe I got this guy really beefed, don't I? Yeah. Now this setup here, I'll explain it to you, and you can try this. It works actually if you fish right. All right, so what we got here is 68.3. Let me go up here. 68.3 on the stick, and I've got 67 on my engine, the Match Catch 9000. All right, so we're good there. And what I've done is, of course, I've put 66.1 string on here, which is we're still good all the way around, 66.1. But I also went with what I did with the leaders. I jacked it back up to 65.5 mono leader on here. I want my strength. My reel can handle it. The problem is the fluorocarbon leader wouldn't get me strong enough, is why I went over to the mono, and the mono is 65.5. I don't care. My weakest link is the line, the 66.1. So if anything breaks, I lose that leader, a hook in the fish, and a sinker. So I'm not worried about that. I wanted it to be strong. I don't care if it beats up that line. All right, so that's my setup there. That's a setup here. My Majesty. All right. Now, Majesty, this guy here came out of a DLC's, and it's set up fairly decent. It's a 57-pound stick on a 55.5, and I love this. I love the Empress 7000 reel. I recommend them whenever you can use them because of the recovery on them. I wouldn't. It's a little bit fast for a spinning rod, but I do use it on occasion, depending on the application. If I'm fishing for fast fish, trout, or something like that, that's really come at you really fast, come back in at you fast, that comes in very handy. So anyway, so we got the Majesty hooked up with this 55.5, 57 on the stick. I'm running 57 which is a little over, but it's okay. 57 on my string, and I've dropped back down because now I've everything's cool now. The 53 saves my reel at 55.5. It doesn't matter. I mean, in real life, you could put 80-pound braid on a 20-pound reel. And it actually, a lot of guys do that because of the fact that braided is so thin that if you're using it on Uncle Monk, any mods in chat, yeah, Jules is here. I made it to the steam. Way to go, Uncle Monk. Put my Zoom hat on too. What's away? How you doing, my friend? He does some good fishing there. Monk does some good fishing up there in northwestern New York. They chase some salmon up there and some steelhead, that's for sure. Nice stuff. You can check out his channel over there. He's got some live fishing videos up there. He's pretty good. He's at it. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. All right, so I'm running, like I said, I'm running this 57, 50, 55.5, 57 here, and then touch her up. And the reason why we run, and that's what I was talking about, the reason why we run 80 pounds, at least 70-pound braid. Most guys they're flipping for bass and catching, where I come from, we use bait casters, we use casting rods, and the spools are very, very tiny and small. The braid is very thin. You can get a lot of braid on. That's one thing that's great about it. However, if you're running low poundage braid, you can get screwed up in a bait with a casting reel real quick. That braid can get what we call binded, especially if you haven't been throwing hard and you've been just doing little throws, and then all of a sudden you try to go out 60 feet real fast. You can get, because your line's kind of spooled up in there. Yeah, and you don't ever want to fish little stuff and then go for the home run out there at 200 yards. You're in trouble because your reel's not. You got to work them in. It's the way fishing is. You learn that when you fish it. So we run very heavy braid on the reel, and then with your leader is where you do all of your weight adjustments. So you adjust for that pole with that leader, and it doesn't matter that you're running 80-pound braid on that reel. That reel's never going to see that much tug anyway because the leader's going to snap. All right, so remember that if you're out there, because braid can be a problem if you're running 20-pound braid. If you're running under 60-pound, 50-pound braid, you can get into problems on a casting rod. So beef it up to go to 70-pound. It don't matter. I don't care if you are fishing for 10-pound, 20-pound fish. Put 80-pound test on there. You'll get a lot better performance out of your casting reel. Okay, so that's my stick here for my Majesty. I threw up a Brutus there too. We're going to bring a Brutus because he's in the right range too. 35-pound for a lot of these other fish. I want to use this stick. The dollies are in close range. When I go after the snook where I know he is, I'll beef my stick up. But here, a nice one. This is a 35-pound Brutus. I got a mega tank on there, 34-pound mega tank. Get rid of that goofy reel that it comes with, but this is a good stick. All right, I'm running 33.9. So we've got 34 on the engine, 33.9, and we're running 33.5 on the fluorocarbon leader. Braid to fluoro, folks. Braid to fluoro. All right? So that's that setup. Really good, strong setup. And, grab any 35-pound Brutus for this setup. It works. It's Valentine's or happy, whatever it is, St. Patty's Day. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the nitty gritty. Because I do most of my fishing up here with 2 spinning rods. This guy right here, which is the Zeus. Now, this is a DLC Zeus. This is a FPBS. Okay, all these 46-pound Zeus, the 8'10s in the DLCs, they all come with a Hornet Swarm reel on them. Not that that's an issue. It's not an issue. But it's a 42-pounder. It's a decent setup. I build them stronger, especially if you're going after this uni snook, and I've caught them on this stick. The reason I bring one of the DLC sticks with me is because of that durability. The durability being 57 750. For you, maybe you new guys that are watching the stream tonight, um, that's basically what these SE sticks and these in the DLCs mean. Special edition. They're not anything different. This is still a Zeus, completely a Zeus in every way, shape, or form. However, you look at the durability here is 57,750. If I throw that Zeus over there, 35,580. That's what you're getting. Now, normally I wouldn't even care about that durability, but because of the fact that I'm fighting 70-pound fish with this 46-pound stick, I want that. Oops. I want that durability because this stick's going to take a beating. Where did it go now? River Tech. FPS Zeus. Here he is. So that's why I bring that guy. I'm not worried now. The reels are the same thing that you get in there. That reel would be a higher durability. It'd take a higher beating on that 42-pounder, but I'm giving up the durability for my 4 pounds here to make a better balanced stick. So that's my deal on my Zeus. Now, 46 pounds is just, I know what it's like to catch a 75. I think mine was 75 or 74, something like that. Pound Chinook on this stick. It's a whole lot of fun, but it's tough. So what I did tonight, I'm going to bring my Thetis 8.2 with me. Now, you got to be careful with these Thetises because you get up in range in the 50, 60-pound range, 67. So I think it's 56, and then you get a 60 and a 67-pound stick, I think, with the Thetis line. Now, this one here is the 56. He's the lightest weight one. You're just safe. Now, the problem is with this one, 56 pounds, and you can't go 2 ounce, where my Zeus will go 2 1/8 right off the bat with this 46-pound stick. So I can get much larger hooks on this stick than I can on this one with the 1 3/4. But it'll do the trick. It'll bring what I need for these fish. So it's okay for these fish. And again, anything in this 56-pound range, I'm throwing that Empress. The Empress 7,000 on it. 55.5, and it's the same setup as the match rod. 55.5 here, 57-pound here, and 53-pound leader on this. So my break point is 53 pounds. So we're good. Well, we're gonna fight that. We're gonna fight that Chinook on this one here. And I always bring a flipping stick with me. Y'all know that. Yes, my audio is fixed this time, Micah. Yeah. Well, for this guy here, I got my Caesar out of there, and actually we were using the Thanksgiving one, which is the strongest one, by the way, that blunderbuss, the blunderbuss that you get in the Thanksgiving DLC, the strongest flipping stick in the game. It even surpasses. It's a better setup than the purple bat. Purple bat from the Halloween DLC used to be your best flipping stick. That 13-pounder there, but the one that comes in the Thanksgiving DLC surpasses that one. So if you're looking for that perfect flipping stick. Now this one here is also one of them that came in there. This is the very lightest. This is a little telefloat here. This is a telefloat with a Callisto XS on it, folks. That's all this is. So it's a 6.1 on the stick. We got 5.95 on the engine with a 23.5 recovery, and I think it comes with 6-pound test on it. So I mean, that's what we're chasing a little Blackfish with. I thought that would be appropriate. I mean, I can't get much lighter than that. And I've got it loaded up with crickets. If I have to swap over to what they're saying, mayflies, I don't know if I've ever caught one of these on a may. You know me, I'm a cricket kind of guy, but I got my mayflies, so we'll deal with it there. So that's our loadout. That's what we're going to take tonight over to Alaska. And hopefully we'll be landing into some unis. I got one spot that's kind of all the way up, as far up that you can walk when you go into the Hunter Cabin joint there. I think it's that one. I know. Don't talk, Buck, because you might be wrong. We'll see. we'll see. We'll see when we get there. I can't remember, but I've got a spot up there that's right at the very end of the map, and there's one little hole, And it's, of course, it's a float spot, but almost every one of these salmon I've caught out of that same hole. So we'll try that tonight and see if we catch anything out of that hole. But I've caught them all in there. So that kind of pinpoints where we got it. We don't have to run around a lot. Well, folks, I was on time. I covered everything I needed to cover. My audio worked. Believe me, I was panicking. It was a quarter till, and I'm sitting here talking, testing, and it's gone. And I just rebooted my machine to get ready for the stream. No audio. It just has a mind of its own. Alrighty. Hey, thanks a lot for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. I hope you learned something a little bit about these stick setups. Try some of these setups out. Let me know in the comments, or just let me know. You know how to get a hold of me. You can always send me a note on the YouTube channel through the community tabs over there. You can always just leave a text under in the community tab. Hey, Buck, this or that. If you got questions, you can leave it there. Hit me up in the Discord server. I'm always around. I'm not one of them guys that you're not allowed to direct message me. I think that's a lot of crap, to be honest with you. I mean, what good is it if you're not going to talk to your subscribers and your fishing buddies? I don't know. That's what I like about our little home that we live in. That rock that we all crawl under every day called Frumpy Buckle Lodge, the Water Buffalo Lodge. Hey, we're down there, and there's a lot of nice people there, and there's people there that if you got a question, you ask it. Believe me, you'll get more answers than you want. How about it, Jules? Way more answers than you want. All right, we'll see you back at 8 o'clock. Get ready to go on this little Fishkin trip up north for us here. I don't know, it could be east for you or west for you, where you're at, or it could be across the pond. Thanks a lot for watching. Never, ever give up the fight. We'll see you later.